Hi everyone. So in this particular video, I will walk through some recent addition to the Cisco controllers, specifically, like the AP name broadcast. If you're familiar with Cisco for a very long period of time, they had that particular feature available, but that was part of something called Aironet IE. Like you can see here, enabling, disabling Aironet IE, also enable, disable advertise AP name and vice versa. That means they advertise the AP name in an information element called CCX element. Now, if I show you, how it look like. Now, if it is Cisco AP, I just basically take some simple capture. There's an element called CCX element, and in here plus device name. You can see here the device name is AP178. Now the limitation was, Cisco, because this field has a, a 16 character limit. In that way, if your AP name is longer than 16 character, it will be truncated the AP name. In that way, even my previous video on ubiquity AP name, I suggested, a best practice point of view, keep your AP name shorter than 16 characters, specifically if you have a Cisco environment. Now what they have done is actually, now prior, this is like a 17.15 code. Now if I want to disable this feature, I cannot disable, this only, it will disable Aironet IE kind of feature. So now, this CCX, some certain kind of deployment guide, even sometimes Cisco recommended to disable this feature, but then if you want to enable AP name broadcast, you cannot enable it. You have to enable this CCX element. Now, in the 17.18.2 code, if you check the configuration guide or release note, I noticed basically they advertise this particular, capability. Now it is independent. Independent mean if you want, you can disable Aironet IE, but you can enable AP name broadcast. Now there's subtle differences now here. Now these two has been decoupled. That means you can enable advertise AP name without enabling the Aironet IE. Okay. So now, for example, the other important thing is, let me just show the configuration guide. If you look at the AP name in the beacon, you can see AP name in the beacon extend from maximum length from 16 character to 32 characters. Okay, that's one important thing. Cisco has increased that limit. That will prevent the AP name truncated in the beacon and using a vendor specific information element. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is do the quick test, increasing my AP name to maybe long value, and then we will advertise the AP name and see how it works. So now let me go ahead and enable the advertise the AP name feature here. That way I will not disable CCX. I will keep the CCX as well. And now I did that for MR and PSK. I don't want to change that to every SSID. I will get a beacon frame from this and see the detail. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and change the access point name, configuration, access point. Now access point name is AP178. Probably now this will have, 1 to 5 characters, now let's, I'll put a space here. 1, 2, 3. There are 6 characters here. If I adding up to 0, probably let's starting with 0 up to 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That will be 10 characters, and this is 16 characters. Okay. And then again, if I add 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this will be 26 characters. Okay. And then, I'll add another sort of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I make it 36 characters long. Let it apply and see. Okay, now you can see that AP name cannot be exceeded 32 characters. In that way, now I will get rid of 6 characters here, like this. So this should be 32. Let's update and apply. You can see 32 characters that accepted. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, like now in this particular one, I should be able to, let me just show the packet capture point of view. 5 gigahertz if I want to take a packet capture, channel number 149. So I just want to simply, show. I will go to my AR tool and take a packet capture in channel number 149. It's okay, disconnect, and I'm just taking a simple capture there. Okay. So now let me just open that capture. So now it is like a 9:33. You can see the timeline matches my timeline here. So now if I collapse all and expand, I want to look for the mrncciew. That's the SSID I modified this setting. Now if I look at here, now if you look at the CCX device name element, now this one you can see it's basically 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's limit to 15 characters. Okay, 15 characters. That's a sort of a limit here. So now this particular element will be advertising that truncated kind of AP name. Now in here you should have a vendor specific element. You can see there are couple of vendor specific, you can see here vendor specific element AP name. It says something version 2. Now you can see the 32 character AP name. So now AP name version 2. So you can see it's Wireshark automatically identifying that. Now in here you can see we added like 32 characters. You can see the full name. Okay. In that way, now if I want to disable, let's go ahead and disable our WLAN. I will go ahead and disable, because sometime I may be connected to that SSID, so probably I need to go to a different one in order to access that. Sometime once I connect to wireless, it's complaining I cannot go to the controller GUI. So I change my SSID to different one, home ubiquity SSID. So mrncciew, if we go advanced, I should be able to disable Aironet IE. And now if I go ahead and probably let's save the configuration as well and take a packet capture, same 149, disconnect. So 9:36. So now if I collapse all, so now there are no CCX element here anymore, because there's a one, it's not device name, there's one vendor specific element here, but this is not the one we saw earlier. Okay, there's something called CCX plus device name, that element not being advertised, but still AP name you can see being broadcast. Okay, that way now if you look at here, you can WLAN Cisco AP name, it says version 2, that information being advertised. That way I want to make sure you are aware of this. So now this is being introduced in 17.18.2 code version. Okay, that way if you have a 9800 controller running that particular version onward, you can get that AP name 32 characters long. But still, best practice is keep it a short name. Don't really go unnecessarily large. But at least if you have this code version onward, you can decouple that CCX and AP name kind of element. Yeah, keep that in mind. I will go back and put my access point back to my original name, I want to make sure you are aware of this, like addition or this particular change. Cisco, again, I think it went back to my 9800 given SSID. That's why I cannot really access the controller GUI anymore. But you get the idea. Now let me just go back and change this. So I hope this video was useful, and keep remember this. Something Cisco has recently added. I will go ahead and delete this additional context I put. Okay, I'll see you in another video. This is a quick and short one.